right, guys, I think we are now streaming live on the Vanderbilt site, at least I hope so. And I want to welcome everybody. It's another Thursday night edition of Conversations with Commodores. And we've got a special guest with us tonight. He's a former player, but he's also got an active role. And we're going to talk about both of those things tonight. I've got Chris Griffin, and I want to welcome you, Chris. I appreciate you making some time tonight.
No problem. Always happy to talk to you, Bernard, and I appreciate the invite. Hopefully everyone gets a little bit out of what I have to say today, and happy to answer any questions as well.
Absolutely. Well, I know Chris originally from Memphis, was a walk-on wide receiver, came to Vanderbilt on academic scholarship, played for Bobby Johnson for 2 years at wide receiver in 06, 07, if I have that right, and has basically never left. He's been employed at Vanderbilt in one capacity or another, but right now, Chris is the director of the new Black and Gold Club. So hopefully I didn't butcher any of that, but Chris, tell us a little bit more about yourself and about the origins of this Black and Gold Club that we're going to really talk about tonight.
Yeah, no, that was pretty much spot on. There were a couple of years that I did move away from Nashville career, but I came right back because I missed it so much. But no, the Black and Gold Club is, our new athletics alumni network geared towards providing unique engagement opportunities for our former student athletes, all of our former student managers, student training staff, and Spirit Squad members to reconnect with the university, reconnect with their former coaches or whoever the current coach is with the team, as well as the current players, and most importantly with each other. So this is something that has been a long time coming. I just through my many different roles, I hadn't had anything personally that did anything like this. Just having relationships with former players and older alumni who reached out to me because of my position and being involved in the alumni relations, they would ask me like, is this something that we could do? Why aren't we doing this? And I didn't have an answer. I had no idea why this didn't exist before. And then when I look around and at all the other schools who are comparable to where we are, a lot of them have organizations like this, and they've been doing it for years now. So it has been a long time coming. And the way that it came about, if anyone is familiar with the strategic plan that was released, there was a piece about stakeholder engagement. And one of those key stakeholders are our alumni. We fully understand that this program will never be where it needs to be if our alumni are not tied in and brought back and engaged the way that they should be. And so this is our conscientious effort, like really making an effort to provide opportunities for our alumni to reconnect. We love on them the way they should have been loved on for many years now. And hopefully that allows them to feel as though we truly care and that they want to come back and help out any way that they can to ensure that our current student athletes are getting that experience that they probably should have had as well. And so,
Chris, you may have briefly touched on this, but this is not just for the football program. This is for all of the varsity sports at Vanderbilt.
Yeah, that's correct. We wanted to ensure that this is something for everyone. We've also included some sports that are no longer on campus. So when you look at men's swimming, men's track, men's soccer, they're included within this group. And we just want, like I said, our alumni are the most important piece to this, and we can't exclude anyone if we really want to get to where we be and truly make this network something special. And I will say that football has been doing things on their own for many years now. I've did some things, and they've done a pretty good job of doing what they can. But I honestly don't think that it's something that they should have been doing this whole time. They should have been focusing on player development, performance on the field, while myself or a position like this would be responsible for getting alumni together and bringing them back for those tailgates or those special events that football has done. And across the board, many other sports, they vary. Some of them are really good about engaging with their alumni. Some of them may not know where to start, honestly, and they all welcome alumni engagement, but need the resources in order to be able to do so. And hopefully this club can provide that for them so that, like I said, they can focus on what's important, and that's building up our student athletes, providing for them, and having success on the playing field.
And I'm gonna ask you some of those questions in just a second, but I want to welcome. We've got Commodores representing the 70s, 80s, and 90s are already watching right now. We've got Billy Rolfe, Steve Law, OJ Fleming, Jim Arnold, Jay Fishesher. We've got a bunch of folks who have rolled in. And a couple of quick questions, Chris, would be, what's the cost to join the Black and Gold Club?
Good question. There is no cost. Your cost was already paid when you put on whatever jersey you and you walked across that stage and got your degree. You are officially a part of the Black and Gold Club. It doesn't matter whether you've given ever in your life or not, you're a part of the Black and Gold Club. We will have many events that, there may be a charge for something for, a ticket to that event, depending on what that event is, but that'll be all that is necessary.
Okay. Well, what if, okay, I've joined the Black and Gold Club. What next?
Yeah, honestly, what we need from our alumni are to, one, we want to make sure that you're receiving our information. So we have a data issue where we don't have the most accurate contact information for everyone. So we want folks to contact information with us, let us know where they are, what they're doing as far as employment goes, because that's going to be important when it comes to networking and providing mentorship opportunities and pairing student athletes with alumni based upon industry. And so we want to know what those are. And then a lot of our alumni have actually opted out of receiving our contact information, receiving our communications. And it could be many reasons. Maybe they're getting tired of being spammed by the university. Maybe they're getting tired of being asked for a gift or something like that. So they click unsubscribe at the bottom of that email. And so one thing we do need for our alumni to do, if your contact information is accurate and you're still not receiving Black and Gold Club communications, then we want you to resubscribe to Black and Gold Club exclusive communication. There are avenues for doing that.
Well, I want to put the links in the comments section. So can you either help me with that or tell me what it is, or after the show, let's put it in there, because I want to make sure that we have a way for people to reach out to you or to the club.
Yeah, well, definitely you can update your contact information by going onto our website. Short link is vu.edu/Black and Gold Club. vu.edu/Black and Gold Club.
Black and A-N-D Club.
A-N-D, yes, sir.
Okay.
And
right.
There is an opt-in link that I can post into the comments.
And you can do it afterward. You don't have to do it right now. But
yeah, but then there are several other actions in which we would love for our alumni to be involved. You, for instance, reached out and told me that you would love to be connected with a football player who's interested in law. And so we want to know which alums are really excited about doing something like that. Let us know so we can put you into our list of potential mentors. And then we're also build a database of potential job opportunities for our current student athletes, as well as our young alumni or anyone who's looking to switch careers. So building up a nice database of our alumni to, apply for certain positions where they're looking to hire a Vanderbilt alum and Vanderbilt student athletes. And so if we get more information about that, that would be wonderful.
Well, that's what I was going to say, Chris. That's how I reached out to you a few weeks ago. And I wanted this Vanderbilt football group that we've got here, I wanted to create an avenue that works within the school's parameters, within the NCAA's parameters, that allows alums who are, I'll call them enthusiastic, because we've got about 300 in our group here, all kind of wonderful people all over the United States, all different types of professions that have so much to give. And I could think of nothing better to give back is your time. And that is with internships, mentorships, or even potentially job opportunities. You've got 100 guys in that football program. You've got hundreds of athletes who are currently on the Vanderbilt campus that would love to reach out to alums and to learn from the next generation. And it's not just about what's on the field, of course. We're talking about the next 40 or 50 years of their lives. And some of us have already been, can help provide some information. And that's why I reached out to you a few weeks ago. And I was so pleased to learn that this is potentially going to be part of the Black and Gold Club's mission.
Yeah, you just don't know how valuable, those connections will be for a student athlete. Just think of for myself, I graduated from Vanderbilt not knowing what I was going to do. But it took networking, connecting, reaching out to alumni in order to position myself in order to apply for certain positions and get to where I am. And so student athlete doesn't necessarily have as much time.
Chris, you still there, bud? I don't know if it's on my end.
To be able to, garner those in the career fairs that are hosted, probably during practice hours. And so we want to ensure that there is an avenue for them to, take full advantage of the network at their time. And really looking forward to, rolling something out that they can take full advantage of.
Well, I heard you and Alfonso and Coach Mason over the last couple of weeks on different online Zoom sessions. And it sounds like Coach is really on board and is enthusiastic about this. What's your take on his approach of this?
I mean, I think Coach fully understands the magnitude that this type of program can have on an athletics department. So when you're a coach, you're going out, you're recruiting student athletes, especially coming to Vanderbilt homes, and you're telling them that, if you come to Vanderbilt, you're going to get the best of both worlds, the ability to play in the SEC, the best conference in the nation, as well as get one of the best educations in the world that's going to set you up for lifetime success. That's what you're pretty much telling kids, and what we have to have some type of meat behind those statements. And so when you introduce a Black and Gold Club to a potential student athlete, and you tell them, like, by coming to Vanderbilt, you have the opportunity to plug into this network that is full of all these great, successful individuals who have opportunities that they're promoting for our students to join and take advantage of. And that's something that not many schools can say. And even if they can say that, they're not going to be able to say it to the magnitude in which Vanderbilt can. And so that's where we really want to set ourselves apart from others. And I think Coach Mason fully understands that. He's buying in, and I fully support him and what he's doing with the program. I've talked to individual students, and we want to support him and the student athletes, and the best way to do it is through this club.
Well, and I want to re-emphasize, I've heard this a couple of times, there's no cost to join. This is not a fundraiser. This is a way for alums to get back involved. And I don't know if I said it or if I heard one of you guys say it, that if you want to come up to campus and meet with Coach when he has time, maybe not during the season or maybe on a Tuesday or something, or go to a walkthrough or take a tour of the facilities, that's part of being back involved in this. Now, granted, we're still in the middle of a pandemic. We still have a lot of precautions and things that the city of Nashville and on the campus you can and cannot do. But in the meantime, you can certainly get involved online. I know you're hosting other conversations. You have made yourself fully accessible. So I want to make sure that while we're kind of stuck in the at home, so to speak, or in quarantine, there's still ways to reach out. There's still ways to start the process of communication. So I didn't know if you've been having these conversations just yet, because I know how new the club is.
Yeah, so what's important to know is that this just came out maybe a month ago that the Black and Gold Club, as well as our Commodore Club, we'll be relocating to McGugin. I have a dedicated space for the Black and Gold Club, a place where whenever our alumni come back to campus, like you mentioned, if they want to see about getting tickets or go to practice or meet the coach, whatever, they can come right to me, and I can help facilitate those. They have a dedicated space to go. And for years, our alumni are coming back and they're like, oh.
I don't know if it's me or you, Chris.
campus is constantly changing. And so having a dedicated space for our alumni to come back is going to be critical, so they don't have to wander around and ask me any questions. They can just go straight to come straight to me. And yes, there's absolutely no cost to being involved. We are connected to the Commodore Club, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. When you look at alumni relations in general, it's a larger concept. The idea of alumni relations is to genuinely facilitate these opportunities for fun, engagement, do all the great things that our alumni really want to take advantage of, professional development, all those extra great stuff. And our alumni relations has done a pretty good job of providing those opportunities for our alumni. That has not existed for our athletics alumni. And so the goal of an alumni relations department is to provide all of those opportunities for everyone, and result of doing all those great things is increased alumni engagement, which comes with more philanthropy and all types of other perks, benefits of it. And so I fully understand that there are going to be some positive benefits of what we're doing here. And that's not to say that we should lean into that. And it's not a forefront of what we're doing. We're trying to genuinely show that our alumni mean something to us, and we're going to provide those opportunities that they've been asking for many years now. And the result, if they want to give back after that, then perfect. That's, icing on the cake. But I just want to see you guys coming back to the tailgates, coming back to the practice. Whenever we send out a communication, you're opening it, you're reading it, you're excited about what you're doing. When we're asking for mentors, you're receptive and you're saying, yes, I want to be involved. We have updated contact information for you so we know how to reach you. Like those things that we need to build upon. And those are my goals. It's not philanthropy, and that's not a part of this club, but we know that and we accept it. Of course, we're never going to turn that away.
Right.
And that's all going to help us in the long run, I'm sure.
Chris, I got a few more folks I want to welcome. One of your fraternity brothers, Patrick Fitch, Tom Ballman, and T. Banks have joined us, so thank you guys. Chris, I want you to share with us, we've all known for years about the Gridiron Club. I've been a member different times over the years. I just got an email, like many of you guys did, I'm sure, this past week about the opening game against Texas A&M. What's the difference in the Black and Gold Club versus the Gridiron Club?
Yeah, so the Gridiron Club is a philanthropic arm so the Gridiron Club is not part of the philanthropy. Am I breaking up here? We okay?
I don't know if it's me or you, but keep going. You're fine. You're fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the Black and Gold Club, as mentioned previously, has nothing to do with philanthropy. Being an alum, you're automatically part of it. Now, the email is just included on Gridiron Club mailings, because you shouldn't have to give to football in order to be invited to a talk with coach. And so a lot of people are probably receiving that even though you haven't given, but that is also inclusive of donors who are not football alumni. But the Black and Gold Club is exclusive for alumni only. And so, but it is also open to all the other sport alumni, not just.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying that. Now, there's also a new initiative called the Fan Council. And I know that that's not part of the Black and Gold Club, and I know that's not your responsibilities, but just tell us a little bit of the difference, just so we can get it straight.
Yeah. So I do have a limited understanding of what the Fan Council is, but it falls into that same pillar of stakeholder engagement. We have alumni, we have fans, and the Fan Council is Candace's way of tuning in to what the fans actually want and how they want to improve upon their fan experience. And so it just shows that she's an open ear. She has an open ear to our fans, so that we can find out what they need and what they want in order to have a better, because I think the ultimate goal is we want fans in the stands. And there's been too many times where we've looked and we've seen that there have been empty seats. And so how can we was busting those seats? And I think that that's what this club will be able to do is, or that council will be able to do, is hear from them, and hopefully some good ideas come out of that will be beneficial for all of us.
Okay, well, guys, if you're following along with us tonight, you've got any questions for Chris, just throw them in the comment section, of course, as you usually do, and I'll field them and get them to him if he sees any, or if we see any. Well, Chris, I know with this being just so new, and I know you guys have a head of steam and you're making some progress, is there right now, and I suspect the answer is no, but are there any organized activities for the fall right now on campus?
For the Black and Gold Club or in general?
Yeah, no, for the Black and Gold Club.
Gotcha. Yeah, so of course, no, there aren't any physical events planned, so no in-person gatherings, but what we are planning are many social events via Zoom and so we of course launched just about a little over a month ago with our event featuring Candace and our co-chairs for everyone to get together, ask their questions, and hear from both of them on their view of the Black and Gold Club and its mission. But then we've also began having kickoff events for each of our sports. So football actually just had one, was that last week, where Coach Mason talked with Alfonso and folks got to come in and ask questions as well. And we're doing that.
Outstanding. I participated. I was in on that hour-long call, and guys, and I posted it in our Facebook group, I think. I can't remember.
Yeah.
But for a solid hour, Coach Mason just answered everything that was asked of him about the program. It was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, our goal is to, bridge that gap to allow for our alumni to have access to the program that, generally a typical fan does not have. And so we're wanting to provide that fun, engaging opportunity for our alums to reconnect with the coach, reconnect with each other. And so we are planning those for all of our sports. We'll be having some additional panel discussions based upon certain industries that we're partnering with our student programming department or student athlete development department in order to address some of their needs as far as industry professions and learning about those and providing those. But we're also very open. This is a new world that we're living in, coming up with ways in which to engage people remotely. So if anyone has any ideas about events that you would like to see us do, let us know, let me know. Because I have the resources to make it happen, but and we want to make sure it's something that you all are going to buy into. So I can put out whatever I want to, but if it's not something that you're interested in, then it defeats the purpose of doing it. So let us know what you want, and we're going to try to do that.
Well, excellent. I'm excited for this organization that you're heading up. It's been a long time coming, and I'm hoping that the goals of bridging that gap between the former student athletes with the school or their respective sports, their respective programs, really does bring them together, because there's nothing better than having an enthusiastic alumni association, so to speak. I know that's not the right term, but I don't know if on the student athlete side, the kids who are in the school right now, I don't know if I guess I should ask it in the form of a question, are they aware of the Black and Gold Club? Are they aware of the purpose of it? I know that we're right beginning the football season, and school, it's very busy for them to add anything else to their plates, but are they aware of the program?
And that's a good question. I would hope so. Of course, given the publicity that we've had and my relationship with some of the staff members who do work closely with the student athletes are that they have mentioned to them that the Black and Gold Club is something that exists now. We haven't been able to yet plug them into the Black and Gold Club, so they haven't been activated in that sense. So there is still a gap between that we have to bridge at this point. We do plan to incorporate throughout the year avenues in which to publicize the Black and Gold Club to them, so that when they graduate, that they know that like I'm officially a part of this, and that moving forward, I always going to have this network that I can fall back on and reach out to should I need anything. And so that's what we'll be doing throughout this year, so that our seniors will know when they graduate.
I was going to say, maybe in the winter or the spring semester, maybe we get them on a Zoom call and allow the, just meet and greet and say, hey, or whatever. But no, I think that would be great once they get to learn of the program and the benefits in it, and just knowing there's just such great resources out there. Well, gosh, Chris, yeah. I'm just excited about this. This is a cool deal.
Yeah, yeah. And in theory, if they will know about this heading into their freshman year and take full advantage of it for all 4 years, should be set, by the time that they graduate. So hopefully that's where we'll be come next year.
Excellent, excellent. Well, before we wrap up for the evening, again, how can folks either get in touch with you or get in touch with the Black and Gold Club to update their information, to let them know? I know I just emailed you and told you what I was thinking, but what's the best way for folks to make sure that their contact information is updated with the program?
Yeah, definitely you can go to our website, vu.edu/Black and Gold Club. So just go to vucommodores.com. We do have a tab there where you can go to the Black and Gold Club and get to that site and update your contact information. But as Bernard did, you're free. Please feel free to contact me directly. My email address is chris.griffin@vanderbilt.edu. Give me a call if you like as well. All of my contact information is on the website also. I'm happy to have a conversation, a Zoom call with anyone. If you have questions, you just want to vent about your experience as an alum, I want to hear.
You may hear
those. Yeah, honestly, those comments though are what help fuel the core of what the program, the Black and Gold Club, is about. So when I looked at building this, I took in all of those comments that I received from the alumni throughout the years and made sure that we address those comments in the foundation of the Black and Gold.
Yeah, because it's Chris, and I don't want to speak on behalf of everybody or anybody. I can just give you my experience. I graduated in 90, 30 years ago, and maybe 4 times, 5 times in that time period have people reached out to me with phone calls. I've gotten the usual either email or letter from the Gridiron Club over the years. Hey, pay us X dollars to belong to the club. But that's all I did. I don't know. I don't remember any real benefits to those types of things. But anyway, I wish you the best of luck. I know that you've got a big job ahead of you, and I appreciate you making some time tonight.
Yeah, no problem. I'm glad to be here and glad to answer some of these questions. But if anyone has any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. I'm happy to answer.
We'll do. We'll put your email. We'll put the website link in the comments section. Well, Chris, as always, thank you, bud. It was a pleasure talking with you, and I hope you have a good rest of your week. And anchor down.
Anchor down. Thank you.